Alright, can't keep this one. Just can't cast our spells. So we're on the draw and we get to scry. If we can hit a white land, then we could cast Duskwatch. Guess we keep this. Likely against Mardu vehicles. Unless there's someone who copied our other deck. And they play a looping prototype here, I'm just going to lose my mind. Heart of Kieran probably here though. Scrap heap, yep. Pretty good start, pretty good start. Um, I like Lieutenant here. So then they have to basically either trade with the Inspector or play 2 artifacts to give their guy first strike, or play a removal spell on the Inspector. It's unlikely they have 2 artifacts. They could have Thraben and like another Scrounger. If they had Heart of Kieran, they probably play it last turn, so... Well, there's the Heart. So now if they play Thraben, nope. Okay, cool. So it did just do its job. Now, I don't want to sack the Clue, I'd rather play the Recruiter. Still don't really have good attacks. Because I could just crew the Heart. If we hit a land there, that would have been really nice. Because we have our combo in hand, we just don't have the extra land. Fortunately, if we do draw land this turn, and we play Rishkar, then we can put a counter on the Duskwatch Recruiter and tap all 3 to activate the Duskwatch Recruiter, which is pretty cool. It's a neat little thing we can do. Now, Rishkar is not a human, but it does put counters on creatures, and the counters that remain from the Lieutenant can still make our creatures tap for mana. And if we have Always Watching in Rishkar, then we can activate the Duskwatch Recruiter quite a few times. Like we could attack and use the Recruiter's ability. But we're a little choked on mana this game, so might not see a whole lot of that. So the Exemplar is first strike. They have a Caravan open. They played the Caravan pre-combat, which leads me to believe they have a 1-mana spell. They have like a Shock in hand. So if we triple block, they first strike one, they shock the other, and the other still kills it. So I think I'm okay with that. I can't really afford to just take damage at this point. Let the opponent decide who they want to kill. Thraben Inspector, okay. Sweet. We made the trade we wanted to make a couple turns ago. Toolcraft for Thraben. Ooh, we can draw a land. We did draw land. Maybe I should have specified. This guy gets to flip. It's not super helpful yet. We can make an attack. I think at this point we have to block the scrap heap. Scarecrow is somebody. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going to happen here, so we're just not going to attack. It would have been really nice for the opponent not to cast a spell last turn, because then we could cast a creature. Whatever. Thalia. That's going to be annoying. See if we take 9. Puts us to 4, and the heart kills us next turn. We basically have no recourse to that, so I think we have to chump block. Or we could double block. Did they cast 2 spells they played? No, they just played Thalia. Hmm. So I guess we double block this guy. Not looking good, that's for sure. I think we're just dead to Thalia. Making our guys come to play tapped. Go to 8. Any creature or planeswalker would kill us. Yeah, we're just dead. Alright. We needed to hit our lands a little bit quicker. Alright, so we have some anti-vehicle cards. Bring those in. We also have some creature removal spells if we want those. Stasis Snare is pretty good against Heart of Kirin and Scrap Heap Scrounger. Probably don't need this many of these pump spells. Envoy, not particularly good. I don't know if the game's going to go late, but I guess we're trying to draw out the game a little bit. Let's see, what's the last cut? There we go. Now we have some interaction for game 2. See how good these disenchants are. In theory, they seem pretty good. Like if the opponent invests 2 to 3 mana into their vehicle and then taps their creature to crew it, they've invested more resources than we're investing into 1 and 2 mana to kill it. So in theory, it's good. Stasis Snare is more of an equal investment. Since we're having to invest 3 mana, but this gives us a lot more interaction. I like where this is at, where we're at here. All right, it plays. Right on time. So we can't. So if we want to play 1-drop and 2-drop next turn, it can't be Lieutenant and Gossip Monger. So I guess we'll do this because we only have 1 white and 2 green. So we're going to play the Gossip Monger and the Recruiter next turn, which means we just attack for 3 with the Lieutenant. It'll push. Push our Lieutenant. Yep, looks like it. Scrounger. Nice. Hopefully we draw a Plains. So then we could go Tracker, Plains, get a clue, Gossip Monger. That would be ideal. Not blocking. Opponent not playing a spell, that'd also be nice. So then we could play the Tracker and the Gossip Monger no matter what. But I guess that would mean they have Disintegration, which they would disintegrate our Tracker. It's not too bad. Veteran Motorist. What do you do with them? Put a card on top and bottom. Pacifist. Okay. So if we attack with the Duskwatch, the block with the motorist. I think that's a fair trade. So I don't plan on activating the recruiter anytime soon. Otherwise, it's a great attack if they don't block. In general, it's better to not make trades with this deck because we have Heron's Grace Champion. But in that spot, I felt like it was a fine trade because like the trade's gonna happen anyway because his guy is 3-1 or this is a 2-2. It's like even if we can pump our guy, it's still gonna be able to trade. Heart of Kirin. Yep. No attack. Alright. So now if we make our guy into a 2-3, it has to attack. If we don't hit our land, then we just attack as a 3-3, cruise the heart, blocks, eats our guy. So I will not attack. Okay, it's not bad. This would allow us to attack with our pacifist if we so choose. I think I'd rather get the tracker out there though. Did not use a removal spell. So I guess it means they're not holding shock. Probably not holding push. If they're holding shock, they almost definitely would have used it on the tracker. Almost definitely. I think we're okay with trading damage since we have the Grace Champion in our hand. And we're at 17, so we can take multiple hits before we have to move in. It's like we have a couple turns to draw into a land, our fourth land. It's like we can play the Lieutenant. Opponent's contemplating an attack. So let's see, if we make our guys into 2-3s, then we play Lieutenant, they're at 3-4. Interesting. So the Exemplar can't crew the heart on defense. Well, it can, but it needs 2 more power to help out. Sky Whaler's Shot. So what are they going to do with their 1 extra mana? They have 2 cards in hand. They could go land Scrounger. That would kind of blow us out if we don't draw land. I think it's time to flip though. Scribe to the top. Okay. Instep. Crew this one. Or not crew, but transform. That's not what we wanted. This guy doesn't do anything if he's... No, if he's transformed, he does nothing. Get some damage. Off to the race. Take 10. Let's see if a push. That'd be pretty good. Push the pacifist. You could play Built to Last on the Exemplar. Now crew the heart with the Exemplar. Block the Rabble Master. Or the Incited Rabble with the heart. The opponent might slow down if they have to take 10 damage here. Depending on what else is in their hand. They might be thinking if we have Fatal Push, we could push the Lieutenant. And like, that's 10 damage. Then if you draw another Toolcraft, you could Unlicensed Disintegration. And that would be lethal. It's probably not what's happening, but we really need to draw an untapped land here for this Grace Champion. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, what's the opponent going to do? I kind of like that Standard is very creature combat oriented now. With Mardu vehicles, like green-black, Winding Constrictor, a bunch of decks like that. I guess Saheeli combo isn't really like that, but it's... You can beat Saheeli combo if you want to. It's like the most fragile of the three, I think. And there's a lot of other decks that are popping up too. A lot of sort of mid-range and control decks. It's kind of neat. Everyone wants to say they hate Standard because, you know, reasons XYZ, not enough decks, the cards are too powerful. I don't know. I kind of like it though. Alright, here's Gideon. Gideon has made an appearance. So now that can crew the heart just by minusing. And you get another blocker out of the deal. Could have also emblemed. Not anymore. So who's coming? Everyone coming? No, just those guys. So if we take 7, we go to 6, which means Heart plus Disintegration is lethal if we don't draw an untapped land. If we do draw an untapped land, then Lieutenant can be a 3/3. You can crew the Heart. That's what the Heart would block. Let's see, we would gain 4, 4, 5. This would be 13. 26 minus 7 would be a 19. Then 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Disintegration would still be enough. No, they'd have to block though. Do I want to play around with disintegration? I think so. So if we block the Scrounger and we take 4, we go to 9. So we brick on our land, we play Thraben, we sack the clue, then we hit our land. Thraben can chump block Gideon. Heart puts us to 5. Yeah, I think we block. Just to play around disintegration. Alright, so we drew Duskwatch, which is interesting. You can crew his Heart, then we just pump the Rabble. If we attack with everyone, you can chump block just the Pacifist and survive. I think we want to leave the Pacifist back, which means we probably want to attack the other ones at Gideon to either kill Gideon or force a double chump. Or minus Gideon to crew the Heart to block, then that's a trade. So I'm just pump a Rabble. Then we could play the Thraben. Might just let Gideon die here. Depending on what's in the hand. At that point, I think sacking the clue is more important than playing the Recruiter, just because we really need to hit the land next turn. And I guess we would sack the clue on our turn in case it's like a village that would enter tapped. Yeah, so just took it, letting Gideon die. It was a Plains, okay. We're just gonna play it. So now the opponent basically has to kill us this turn, otherwise we get to go crazy with the Grace Champion. So if they play a creature or planeswalker and crew the Heart and attack with everyone, we have a 4/4 that can block anything except the Heart. So the Heart's going to put us down to 5. If they unlicense Disintegration, the Pacifist, we go to 6. Then they have to use like Scrap Heap to crew the Heart, which puts us to 2. Yeah, and then we can just block the Exemplar and die to the Knight. So we can't beat Unlicensed Disintegration at this point, unfortunately. Looks like they don't have it. They could still have it. Okay. Yep, they have it. Urgh! So close! We had the Grace Champion ready to go, too. Frustrating. Much frustrating.